Guys, Mr. B here again, bringing you another awesome math video. This math video is going to be on sort of a build-up of what I did in the last math video. And in the last math video, I talked about being able to find the prime factorization of a number using what I call the L method. And there's tons of different ways, factor trees, all these kind of wonderful things. And in this video, I'm going to build up on that by finding the GCF, the greatest common factor of a number, by using what I use, the L method. So we're going to keep it simple. We're not going to start too big. So I'll take two numbers. I want to find the GCF for 24 and 36. So what's the largest number? Basically, the GCF is asking you the question, what is the largest number that divides into 24 and 36? So like 2 divides into 24 and in 36, but that's a common factor. It's not the greatest common factor. So you probably could guess 24 and 36 because they're small numbers. But if you have big numbers that you're not as familiar with, you might take a little bit more work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a systematic way to find the GCF using prime factorizations or product of primes, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to list it on the side here, my prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and there are more. If we need them, we'll find them. So those are ones that I just like to refer to, so sometimes when I'm teaching, I'll write them up on the board. And when you're doing prime factorizations, you always got to ask yourself the question, what is the smallest prime number that divides into, in our case, 24? So 2. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then the next step in the L method that you might have seen in the last video, you take 12 and then you divide 12. So 12 divided by lowest number is 2 is 6. So 6 is still not a prime number. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So when I stop with a prime number, which is 3, then there's my L. So for 24, my prime factorization is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now I know some of you guys have probably done in your courses, you probably wrote these as powers, like 2 to the 3 times 3. We don't need to do that for GCF. We're just going to leave it as it is, so you don't have to stress about that too much. Alright, so 36, what's the lowest prime number that divides 36? Well, it's 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Then 18 is divisible by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And then 9 divided by 3, again, is 3. So now we have another L. Look at this. I love making the L. It's just so makes it stand out right nice. So there's my L. And so I write the prime factorization for 36. I'll write it, and I match it up. I'm doing this on purposely over here. I'm going to match it up as best as possible. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So what we want to do is we want to match, let me get a different color here. Let's go with green. We want to match what's common to both. So if you see here, I have a pair of 2's, just right there. And I have another pair of 2's, just like that. And I don't have another 2 to match with that one, so I do have a pair of 3's, so I'll match these two 3's. And then I've got a leftover 3. So basically what that means is that inside of 24 and 36, there's the same product. So 2 times 2 times 3, which is 12. So what that means is, let me change back here now to black. What that means is that my GCF, my greatest common factor, is equal to 2 times 2 times 3. And that's equal to 12. And that is the largest number that divides both 24 and 36. So we can check this and see if we divide 24 and 36 by 12, what do we get? So 24 divided by 12 is 2. So you can see we got the 2 right there. 36 divided by 12 is 3, and there's my 3. So both 12 and 36 divides into or sorry, yeah, both 24 and 36 is divisible by 12. Let me get that out. All right, so let's try another number. So let me just erase this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little bit depressed today. The Royals beat the Mets in the World Series last night, so I not like I was going for the Mets, but the Royals put the Blue Jays out, so I was totally hoping for them to have success. All right, let's try some higher numbers. Let's go, I don't know, 75 and 450. So again, our process is to get a product of primes. So we go start with 75. So 75 divided by, well, we look at which is the lowest number that divides into 75. So if you look, it's not divisible by 2, then we check 3. 75 is divisible by 3. 75 divided by 3 is 25. And then 25 is not divisible by 2. Once you pick a number, that's it. It's gone. Once you're past that number, it's gone. So you don't even have to check 2 again. But it's not divisible by 3. It is divisible by 5, and we get 5. So there's my prime factorization. So that one's pretty short. So 75 is equal to 3 times 5 times 5. Then we do 450, a slightly bigger number. So 450, I'm going to check divisible by 3. Yes, it is. And that gives us 150. So then 150 divisible by 3. Let's check it. Yep. So 50. And then 50 is not divisible by... Actually, I could have done 2. I'm going to start this one over, obviously. 450 is divisible by 2. So that's as easy as it can happen, guys. I never checked 2 and I never even thought about it. I don't know why 3 was on my mind there. 450 divided by 2, so 225. And 225 divided by 3. So I would have had it messed up, but I probably still could have got the right answer because I noticed that I still had a 2 left inside. When I got the 50, that's when it came to me that I should have divided by 2. 225 divided by 3 is 75. 75 divided by 3 is 25. And then 25, not divisible by 3, it's divisible by 5. It's 5. So there's my prime number. So I stop, I make my L, and then I line it up. 225. So I get 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. And now we start matching up. So let me get a different color. I'll choose red this time. So let's see. So I don't have a 2, but I do have a 3. And I have a 5 in each one. And then I have another 5. So as you can see, I used up everything in the top one. So my GCF is going to be 3 times 5 times 5. Basically what I have in each group. And then obviously that multiplies to give us 75. So that's my GCF. So the largest number that divides both of these is 75. Alright guys, I hope this helps. This is a great way of finding the GCF, especially if you have big numbers. Hope everybody enjoys their day. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. See you in class, hopefully.